up guys, I'm Cam, the owner of Alpina Coffee, and in our last event, we made roughly 140 drinks per hour with only 3 baristas, and this here Husky push cart. We run a La Marzocco GS3, we have a Mazzer grinder, super jolly. Our setup is pretty basic, and all around the country, especially in Portland, I'm seeing these little espresso carts, catering events, getting out there, getting after it, and it's awesome. It's what we do. We absolutely love it. But I've noticed that a lot of people are stuck kind of in that 50 to 60 drinks an hour range. And I just want to kind of make a video about how we're able to do 140 drinks an hour pretty easily with our setup. So here are 5 things that are just kind of speed tips for anyone who does coffee catering, caters events, whether it be with a push cart or a coffee trailer. If you have a 1-headed machine, 2-headed machine, this will work for you. And obviously everybody's setup will be a little bit different. So kind of adapt some of these to the way that you like to do things. But hopefully these help you. And if they do, it'd be awesome if you could just kind of like and subscribe, help our channel. This is brand new to us. We've never created content before, but I feel like this may help some people. So we wanted to record it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so speed tip number 1 has gotta be become a great barista. Now, when we run events with, over 100 drinks an hour, where we just have to sling and just make as many drinks as we can, we're running that with about 3 baristas. Now, all of our event baristas are very, very efficient. They're all veteran baristas. Most of them have been managers of coffee shops in the past. So they all really, really know what they're doing. Now for you, if you're maybe coming from a slower cafe, or maybe you didn't have any barista experience in the past, making 140 drinks an hour may not quite be attainable for you right now. But if you just really focus on systems, where is everything laid out on your cart? Are you able to make drinks without really thinking about it? If you get a line of 5 people, that can't make you nervous. If that makes you nervous, then you need to start working on systems, really lock in to the point where you can make coffee without even thinking about it. You can hold a conversation. When I'm on bar, I make sure that I'm doing customer service the entire time. So, on shots, if I'm on milks, or if I'm taking orders, I'm always talking to the customers, and that never ever takes away from my speed on bar. So the number 1 thing, and this is probably so silly, but I just have noticed that there's so many people who are now starting these coffee cart companies and maybe have never actually worked in a busy cafe. You have to take the time and really equip yourself to be ready. When you have a 20-person line, settle in, look at it as like a challenge. This is gonna be so fun, and just push through that line. You just need to be a very, very efficient barista, and that is definitely the baseline for being able to sling as many drinks as possible at your catering events. Fast tip number 2 is you gotta split double shots. Now, this is gonna make a ton of coffee people maybe cringe or roll their eyes or disgusted at me. Listen, I get it. I was that person at first. I didn't want to split double shots. The reality is, when you're catering events, you don't need to make 12 or 16 ounce drinks. You can just go unlimited service. That's the way that we do it. Unlimited service with only 8 ounce drinks. When you do that, you're able to make a really tasty latte with only a single shot. Now, another tip that you can pull from, you don't have to do this, but it's something that I like to do because I'm one of those people that really wants to taste the espresso in any latte I make. I want to make sure that any, coffee person is going to really enjoy their drink. So, oh, come in.
Hi.
This is lit. Alina brought home candy. it's not gonna focus. Dang, that's good. All our portafilters, just like here. Okay, these are all swapped with 22-gram baskets, which allows us to pull a larger double shot than what you would normally get in any coffee shop. So when you're drinking a single shot 8-ounce latte, you're actually drinking something, you know, more close to 1.5 shots, or I don't really know the math on it, but for us, that recipe has just worked good for both flavor and speed. So our double shot pulls for a little bit longer. However, we're able to split those shots and basically cut our production time in half. So just by doing that simple thing, just kind of giving up your, you know, whatever you want to call it, you know, not wanting to split shots, you have to split shots if you want to make over 100 drinks an hour. And I promise you, it will be okay. Now, that being said, if somebody asks for a double shot, asks for a triple shot, asks for even a quadruple shot, we still make their drink with whatever they want. So if they want a double shot, we put a double shot. That's just what we do. You don't have to do that. For us, it's unlimited espresso drinks made to order. So whatever they order, whether it be a cappuccino or an Americano or a quad shot over ice, we make it exactly the way they want it. But if they don't say anything and they just say a vanilla latte, they're gonna get an 8-ounce hot vanilla latte with 1 espresso shot. For us, that recipe has just been absolutely delicious. We've never had a complaint about having weak coffee or you know, underserving the amount of, you know, shots that people would like to have in their drinks. So maybe try that out. And if you're at the 50 drinks an hour range, that will immediately double your production. You should be at 100 drinks an hour in no time. Okay, so just even with those 2 tips, you know, becoming a faster barista, splitting your double shots, you should be close to that, you know, 80, 90, maybe even 100 drinks per hour, depending on what equipment you use. That's already a huge jump for a lot of coffee carts. You'll be able to cater events, tell your customer, you know, confidently we can make 100 drinks an hour, 90 drinks an hour, whatever it is. Now, if you want to break that 100 drinks an hour range, there are a few things that you will need to do, assuming that you're only using a single-headed espresso machine like we are. The next speed tip, the third speed tip I have for you, is you need to start preheating milks and water. So for us, almost every single drink nowadays, oat milk is kind of started to go, you know, out the window. You're not gonna have as many oat milk orders as you would before. We preheat our whole milk and we bring Americano temperature hot water in a Cambrio. So the way we preheat that whole milk is just in a little tea kettle, heat that up, put it into an air pot, and whoever's taking orders is always watching that milk, making sure the air pot is ready to go. Now this milk is not, we're not keeping it at like, you know, 160 degrees. We're keeping it somewhere, you know, around kids temperature, 120 degrees, 100 degrees, anything like that is fine. What that will do is it allows you to just kind of stretch that milk with your steam wand without overworking your steam boiler. And that is gonna help you a ton. If you are in an event with 20 people in line and you've ever had your steam boiler start to give up on you, not want to stretch the milk anymore, it is a horrible feeling and it definitely slows down production. So keeping some milk that is, you know, however you want to do it. For us, we just use an air pot with, you know, milk at somewhere around 120 degrees. I'm able to stretch that milk still, pour latte art, everything is tasting good, looking good. With hot water, we bring, you know, 200-degree water in a Cambrio, ready to go. That way we're not pulling anything from our tea kettle or our tea spout on our GS3. And that keeps our boilers just focused on, you know, pulling shots and stretching milk, and that is their only job for the entire event. Okay guys, I can confidently say following those 3 steps, you're gonna be somewhere around, you know, 120, 110 drinks every single hour with 3 baristas. Now, to get past that, there's a couple very, very small things that will even help you get, maybe an extra 5, an extra, 10 drinks every single hour. And the next one is quick tip number 4. That is, don't lid your drinks. This is like kind of something newer to us. We just started doing this because I felt uncomfortable with it at first. I felt like, maybe I was doing a disservice to any people in line by not lidding their drink. I was worried about them burning themselves or spilling the drink or whatever. The reality is now I'm able to pour a heart, set it on the table. They get a, look at their latte, and 50% of the time they don't even put a lid on their drink. They just take it, walk away, drink it. But not having to put a lid on a drink when I have 3 drinks being completed at the same time really saves me quite a bit of time. I can have fumbly fingers at times, and that turns, a 25-second drink production time into something closer to, 30 seconds or 32 seconds, assuming I don't drop the lid, or, crack the lid. Things like that happen. So if you just decide to have a little extra utility cart or table to serve drinks on, what we do is as soon as that latte's done, boom, call the name, set it on the table, and you're done. You're just giving a smile to the person as they come over, maybe saying, like enjoy, whatever, something like that. You can even point them towards the lids, but you're already working on the next 3 drinks, next 4 drinks, whatever you have on the line bus. You're able to just go straight to that, keep on rocking. So that is quick tip number 4. Okay guys, now speed tip number 5, invest in quality equipment. Now for us, this means a La Marzocco GS3 with auto volumetrics. When you have auto volumetrics, you don't have to worry about, stopping that shot on your own. The machine just does it for you. You can kind of set it before the event. And if you're only doing, 2 or 3 hour event, you can just set it at the beginning, make sure that that espresso is dialed, and you don't have to worry about it usually for the rest of the event. Our grinder is a Mazzer Super Jolly. This thing is really the secret to how we're able to make so many drinks an hour, because it can grind our large 22 gram baskets in around 9.5 seconds. So for a lot of grinders, you're gonna be closer to 30 seconds, 22 seconds. I've heard crazy numbers like that, 40 seconds, whatever grinder you choose is going to set the pace for how fast you're switching out your portafilters. So if you run 2 portafilters and one is grinding, in 35 seconds, but you're pulling 18-second shots, that means your grinder is now like the weakest link in your lineup. So our grinder being faster than our espresso pull allows our shots person to always be ready to swap that portafilter and start pulling another shot. And it also allows them an extra, anywhere from 5 to 10 seconds to be prepping drinks for our milks person, the person who's steaming and completing drinks. So in that 5 to 10 seconds, they might get an ice cup. They may stir chocolate sauce. They may, fix something in the line. They might wipe the bar, do something that is gonna speed up our production, ultimately getting us to that 140 drinks an hour range. Now, if these 5 tips have been helpful for you, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you think I'm wrong and you have a better way, a better system, you're making 200 drinks an hour, whatever it is, with a one-headed machine, then let us know. Tell us your tricks. We would love to get better. If you liked this video, leave a comment, share it with somebody who maybe has an espresso cart. Thanks so much, guys. Hopefully you can get speedier and start doing 100 drinks an hour.